გამარჯობა.
Irakli, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Rizwan, I can hear you quite well.
Hi, how are you? Just 2 minutes. We're gonna start.
Okay. მეგობრებო, მოგესალმებით. მე გახლავთ ირაკლი ეფრემიძე, ბიზნესის ეროვნული ლიგის თანადამფუძნებელი და პრეზიდენტი. ჩემთან ერთად გახლავთ ბატონი ჩაფიფია, ჩვენი ლიგის თავმჯდომარე, დამფუძნებელი, ასევე ქალბატონი მარინა კორძაძე, ბატონი სანდრო ვეფხვაძე და ბატონი იგორ აფციაური, ბატონი გიორგი თავხელიძე. მეგობრებო, დღევანდელი ჩვენი შეხვედრის მიზანი არის ის, რომ გითხრათ, რომ ბიზნესის ეროვნულმა ლიგამ გახსნა რამოდენიმე წარმომადგენლობა. ერთ-ერთი ყველაზე დიდი წარმომადგენლობა გვაქვს პაკისტანში, რომელსაც ხელმძღვანელობს ბატონი ილვან ქაიზერი. დღეს იქნება წარმომადგენლების მხრიდან ის წარმომადგენლობა, რომელიც უშუალოდ დაინტერესებული საქართველოში განახორციელოს ინვესტიციები და სხვადასხვა ტიპის რიგი პროექტები. ასე რომ მოხარული ვართ ჩვენთან ერთად ყოფნით. სულ რამოდენიმე ბატონი ჩართვას ჩვენ გადავიდეთ ინგლისურ ენაზე, მათვისაც ინგლისური ენის პრობლემა ჰქონდეს, მეგობრებო, ვითარით თარგმანი პარალელურ რეჟიმში არ არის. ბატონო,
ირაკლი?
ბატონო?
შეკითხვები ჩვენი მხრიდან იქნება, იმათგან იქნება თუ როგორ იქნება ეგ ამბავი?
შეკითხვები ორივე მხრიდან, პირველი 15-20 წუთი ბატონო გია დაეთმობა ერთმანეთის გაცნობას. ანუ ბატონები დაგვაცნობენ საკუთარ თავს, შესაბამისად ჩვენც წარუდგენთ ჩვენს წარმომადგენლობას და შემდგომ უკვე გადავდივართ დისკუსიის კონკრეტული წინასწრის განხილვის ნაწილზე.
ჩვენ წარუდგენთ, ჩვენ თვითონ თუ თქვენ წარუდგენთ ყველას ერთად?
თქვენ გამომცემლად წარადგენთ, იმ შემთხვევაში თუ რაიმე ენის ბარიერი არის, ამ შემთხვევაში ყველას გიცნობთ.
არ არის პრობლემა, არ არის ენის ბარიერი, მე არ ამახრავთ.
კი ბატონო, გაიხარ.
დაველოდოთ მაშინ.
დაველოდოთ, შემოვა ბატონი ბატონი, გუნდთან ერთად. ეს არის ჩვენი ბიზნესის ეროვნული ოფისი არის, სადაც იქნება იქ პაკისტანში, ჩვენ წარმომადგენლობაში კეთდება ყველაფერთან. ვიმედოვნებ, რომ საინტერესო ჯაბავსი გვაქვს. Rizwan?
Should we start? Irakli, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So, dear honorable guests, it gives us a great pleasure to welcome you at the launching ceremony of Pakistan-Georgian Business National League.
Thank you very much.
Through this organization, we aim to develop, interlink, and strengthen relationship between Pakistan and Georgia. And we are all set and we are very passionate to start a new era of relationship between Pakistan and Georgia. Our ultimate objective is to bring the nations closer, explore opportunities of business, investment, education, and collaborations. Georgia is a country that has a lot to offer, ranging from more than 10 million tourist influx every year. Ease of doing business is 7th best in the world, 30th best educational system, 50th strongest passport in the world, excellent and a remarkable economic growth, bringing the ease of doing business from 118 to 7th in the world. And a strategic location bordering with Armenia, Azerbaijan, Turkey, and Russia. And within only 3.7 million population, access to more than 2.3 billion consumer markets through its trade agreements with the rest of the world. There are massive opportunities between both countries, combining with the highly innovative, dynamic and passionate progressing entrepreneurial community from Pakistan to explore the opportunities in real estate, in hospitality, in education, in manufacturing, in hospitality, and in all other sectors. It's really been a fantastic initiative for us that we can explore the opportunities, and I'm really very grateful to my best friend Irakli from Georgia for arranging for such a fantastic event. And definitely from this event, we will learn a lot about the business and investment environment in Georgia, and we'll definitely find a way to move long way forward with our mutual success. So now I would request, let me brief you a little more about the organization structure in Pakistan. Business National League Georgia has a Pakistan chapter. We have Mr. Imran Afaq, President of Pakistan chapter, Mr. Ahmed Shafiq, Senior Vice President, and Mr. Nisar, Vice President. And now I would request Mr. Irakli to please take on and introduce from your side, and we can take the discussion further. Irakli, please.
Dear honorable guests, welcome to the board. It's really an honor for us to host you. I'll briefly tell you how our organization was created. Business Nationally is uniting professionals with different and get started to manage our representative offices in different countries. Number of them for us is Pakistan, and thanks for Mr. Rizwan Kaiser. We arranged such a great organization chapter there in Pakistan. So we are looking for the best cooperation in different fields like tourism, education, investment, entrepreneurship, etc. So I'll start from the Georgia side, and step by step, I will ask each of our speakers to start introduction about your personality, and among of them I would like to ask Mr. Urthiერთობათა, which is representing the PMTA, National Administration. Mr. Urthiერთობαთა, please.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be today with you. I'm a head of research and client department of Georgian National Tourism Administration. Can I overview a little bit the tourist industry, or we'll have a chance to speak later? Sure. So before COVID, this international arrivals on average was increasing by 13% on average, and it reached about 9 million arrivals, out of which 5 million were tourists, and it also showed on average 11% of average increase. With this increase, Georgia registered one of the biggest growth in the world, according to UNWTO barometer. And in general, tourism in Georgia is prioritized by government, showing one of the largest share in Georgian economy. With the recent approximation, it's about 11-12% of the total GDP. This high growth rate was translated in high income as well. So in total, international travel receipts in 2019 was $3.2 billion, and it showed over 13% average growth during the last 5 years. This high growth translated in huge investments in Georgia. For example, for the 2021 and 2023, over 390 more hotels were planned before the COVID, of course, and it would bring us a huge amount of additional bed places. Georgia targets mainly European countries, also as a main markets. Also, we concentrate on high spending markets with our new strategy. Mainly our targets are Euro-Union, United States, Eastern Europe, Israel, United Arab Emirates, and now we are trying to achieve high value tourists over the next 5 years. And according to our strategy, we were going to achieve over 11 million visitors by 2025, but then we decided to change the target as we were growing too closely to the target market already in 2011. So we were already going to change and make a higher target. But as you know, the COVID situation really affected the tourism like in the whole world, and this is the most affected industry in the world. So recently, of course, the numbers are really plummeting. The main tourist products, according to our strategy, are the following: adventure tourism, mainly wine and food, cultural heritage, wellness, and MICE tourism. Speaking about the MICE tourism, Georgian National Tourist Administration created additional structure, Conventional Bureau, which is responsible for attracting MICE tourists to Georgia, and it already has very successful achievements. And again, COVID situation really affected this field, but in future it also has a huge potential. So I'm ready. This is just a short overview. We don't really have much time, but I'm ready to speak in more detail if there will be any questions concerning the tourism. Thank you very much.
Let's follow for the introduction of this. So I would like to invite on the guest speaker board Irakli Cheli. It's honor for Irakli you to be with us. Present yourself. Thanks. Mr. Irakli, you should switch on the microphone.
Now it's good. Okay. Now I am Irakli Licheli. I am a lawyer, and I have more than 15 years experience within corporative law, and subject of my activities real estate, the business, and design and building. So at the present moment, I have two jobs. One of them is I'm assistant of director at Regional Development and Municipal Development Fund of Georgia.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Gia Alexanashvili, it's honor for us to be a YouTube. Let me remind you that recently Mr. is one successful businessman here in Georgia, and how leading potential member of the BNL. Mr. Gia, welcome. Please present yourself.
Hello. Hello. Is Mr. Huh?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, clear.
Hello everyone.
Good day.
I'm Gia Ali Khanashvili, businessman, around 30 years of this country. We are around 10 companies in all of the region. We have in Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan together. There is three type of businesses. There is automobile business. We represent various brands here. There is marketing and advertising business. We have all CS countries offices and very good chain for it. So we from Georgia possible to have all region for clients to serve and make a good job for them and introduce on the markets. And third, we have a very good radio station and TV station. So these three main chain we have in the GA holding. After I will write down my website, you will see all my job here. What I want to tell you regarding business here in Georgia, we have very good opportunity doing business here. You may know, but I will tell you, even one day or 2 days, you may open here company or joint venture with our Georgian companies. Need 2-3 days only. And very easy start business, very easy. We have contract with European Union, free trade contract. It means if you bring some business here and we will do here together, for example, made in Georgia products, we will go in Europe free of customs. So it means free trading agreement. And this is huge market, you know. So about production in Georgia, this is very big opportunity. We have also like this agreement with China, also free trading, and we are working with US, United States. I think this year we will finalize this contract. So our country located very good logistic place, and if you do on make some production here, you easily get CIS country, you easily get Turkey and other South countries and Europe through Black Sea, Bulgaria, and after Europe. So this is our very good location and strategic location situation. I hope very soon we will have very big. We have two ports now. We have two ports when we get and export containers. We hope we will have deep sea port also soon. So we are ready to work with you, my companies also, and my friends also. If will be some question, I'm ready to answer. I'll write down in the chat now my company's website. Thank you very much.
Great. Thanks a lot. And now I wanted to present you Mr. Rizwan and your very special guest from Georgia side, because from your side is presented Lahore Chamber of Commerce. So from my side, I wanted to present Mr. Alexander Kapiashvili, the Director of International Relations in the Chamber of Commerce of Georgia. Mr. Alexander, thank you very much for your time. And please present yourself and
do some overview of our Georgia business environment.
Hello everyone. Is the voice okay?
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. It's a great pleasure for me, for the Georgian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We are the biggest business support organization in Georgia. We have up to 2,000 member companies. At the same time, we have one of the biggest companies in Georgia, like banks and producers, and also we have almost 70% of members of our companies are small and medium-sized companies, and we are the only business support organization that has regional offices, regional representatives, and we have members from Georgia's regions. The members are covering, our members are in all sectors, mainly from agriculture, also from manufacturing, from services, from construction, and so on. We are always open for new opportunities, for new partnership opportunities, and again, I hope this working day will be fruitful, and all the overall the partnership between Pakistan and Georgia Business National League and between our sides will be beneficial. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And now I want to present the glory of our organization, the head of the aviation department in our Business National League, my very close friend, Mr. Igor Aksian.
Mr. Igor, please.
Greetings to everyone. Thank you very much for joining our very first online conference within the BNL. I'm very proud that I'm one of the founding members of the Business National League, together with my other friends and partners who are basically very experienced and professional people in their sectors. And I'm also proud to present mostly the aviation sector in the league. And I would like to also greet our country director for Georgia Pakistan Chamber of Commerce and the BNL representative, Mr. Rizwan, and all your guests in Pakistan. Thank you very much for joining. Basically, of course, like everywhere in the world, this COVID-19 pandemic damaged the tourism and aviation sector the most. Georgia was not exception in this field. So basically, all the flights were stopped last year during March and April. We only had a couple of charters and repatriation flights, which helped to bring our citizens from different parts of the world. We are still quite suffering in this field. However, as you know, Georgia was officially the green zone last year, all during the summer. And just now, recently, from 1st of February, we have opened our skies, and airlines are starting to reinitiate their direct flights to Georgia. We are happy to announce that a lot of airlines have already started regular flights, airlines from Europe, from Middle East. We forecast that from April and May, we will already have a lot of tourists coming in, because as you know, Georgia was also the first one to allow vaccinated tourists from all over the world. And we also have a list of about 10 countries where tourists can come only with a PCR test, of course, negative tests. So, of course, after a very tough year, we see some positive signs, and we accept from April and May that we will be able to receive tourists again. In terms of Pakistan, of course, talking from aviation, I would really like to discuss the opportunities to launch direct flights between Georgia and Pakistan. I think there is a lot of potential to bring Pakistan tourists to Georgia and in the region, because I know that tourists in Pakistan are very much interested in combined tours covering Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. So we have an opportunity to offer, all the countries in the region, and also beyond Georgia to CIS and Europe and other countries. So basically, we are together in the CAREC group of countries. If you know, CAREC is a transport organization which is sponsored by the Asian Development Bank, and Georgia and Pakistan are the members of this CAREC, and there's a lot of good opportunities how we can use this program and ADB initiatives, and to start evaluating direct flights between Georgia and Pakistan, passenger and also cargo flights. So I'm very happy that we'll have the opportunity to discuss this. So thank you very much once again, and I wish a very productive day to all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rigor, very much. And now from side, I want to present Producing Georgia, the national agency, which is presenting the government side, and Ms. Natia Parakhalashvili. Natia, please present yourself. Thank you very much.
Can you hear my voice well?
Yes, it's clear.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I'm Natia Parakhalashvili, Senior Investor Relations Manager from Enterprise Georgia, which is a state economic development agency of the country, which operates under the Ministry of Economy of Georgia. Our agency unites three strategic directions of country's economic development, such as support to local small and medium businesses with different access to finance mechanisms, as well as we provide support to companies who would like to expand their products and services to overseas markets, which means that we have an export division helping Georgian companies in this regard. And personally, I represent Invest in Georgia division. So Invest in Georgia is agency's foreign direct investment attraction arm, and we provide one-stop shop services to foreign investors who are interested in researching investment opportunities in Georgia, as well as starting and establishing operations with continuous collaboration with the Enterprise Georgia in terms of aftercare services and supporting reinvestment and further expansion of the footprint of operations in the country. It was already well said about the advantages of Georgia as investment destination. I will just briefly summarize why Georgia is a winning combination for foreign companies from all over the world. So Georgia is strategically located on the crossroads of Europe and Asia, and is a great location for businesses from all over the world, and it's ranked number 7 globally in terms of World Bank's ease of doing business ranking. And Georgia also has a 3rd lowest total tax rate according to World Bank. Georgia offers skilled and competitively priced workforce, and with the time proximity, cultural similarities, Georgia remains an excellent option to find the right people and form the teams to deliver quality services, as well as the develop export-oriented manufacturing projects and operate in some other traditional sectors like hospitality and real estate, energy, and etc. With this in mind, Enterprise Georgia starting a business in Georgia, and offers regional access to companies. We have free trade agreements with all strategic markets, in total with 2.3 billion consumer market through its free trade network with European Union educated and skilled workforce, and very fair and flexible taxation system. In Georgia, we have 6 flat taxes, and infrastructure is quite well developed, and the government is constantly investing in further influence, and we have 3 international airports in all key major business hubs within the country. So should you have any further questions about Georgia and opportunities of doing a business, feel free to reach out to us in the chat. I will type the website URL of Invest in Georgia, where you can access the different type of information about the Georgia in terms of macroeconomic indicators, prominent investment sectors, business operating costs, and of course, anytime you can get in touch with us, and we are ready to answer your questions and support you in the process.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Natia, for very promising. And now, also, I wanted to add from my side that in the near future, the Business League is starting an incredible project. It will be the international investment platform based on the Georgian reality. And we are also going to create a business media platform. And in this direction, here is the person which is leading this project. With the glory, I'm going to present you our very close friend and one of the founder of the NLB Business Georgian League, Mr. Sandro Lepadze. Mr. Sandro, please present yourself.
Thank you so much, Irakli. Again, it's a great honor for me to meet with you, ladies and gentlemen. So with a few words, let me introduce myself. I'm Sandro Lepadze, as Irakli mentioned. I'm a TV and radio business program host in Georgia. Last 10 years, I'm covering all the business news in Georgia. We have 2 directions. On one hand, we have the daily business news, and the second hand, we have an analytical program, which covers all problematical and not problematical issues in the business direction in our country. So past few years, we have too many directions. For example, we have a free trade agreement with the European Union. And the second one, we have a free trade agreement with China, the hugest market of the Asia. So also we developed several directions in our country, how to make the fundraising, how to solve the problematical issues. I also was the press secretary of the hugest investment direction in our country. It's a partnership fund named. So also I was in different times the mentor and speaker in the Asian Development Bank's business forum, also World Bank business forums and the international monetary funds, several directions. So I definitely know the problematical issues in our country, what to do in business, and so on. So as Irakli mentioned, we are planning to create the business platform, business media platform, which will definitely cover all directions in our country, and it will definitely inform everyone who is entrepreneur, startupper, and so on and so on. We have the ratings. Yes, we have the hugest directions in this. For example, our economical growth and the sovereign ratings and so on and so on. What kind of benefits do it give for us? I suppose we need to inform everyone. Well, for example, if we have the sovereign rating in Georgia, yes, 4.5 or 5%, we definitely must inform everyone, every single direction, every single entrepreneur, what kind of benefits does it give to them. So finally, finally, I would like to mention that this media platform will definitely cover to create and build the bridges between the hugest markets, between the Georgia and Asia, between the Georgia and Europe, and so on. And I suppose it will be a very useful platform for our country, and not only for our country, for international investors and international markets, and so on. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now I want to move for our next guest speaker from Majara region, Mr. Andrei Gogitidze. Mr. Andrei, please introduce yourself.
How do you hear me?
Well, we can hear you well.
My name is Jaba and my partner is Andrei. Hello, everybody. Thank you for giving us opportunity to introduce ourselves. We are working in two main sectors. One of them is oil products, wholesale and retail in Georgia. And another one is logistics and port services in Georgian ports. And in the past, we have done a lot with Caspian origin oil products, selling to Pakistan as well. Presently, we don't know how is the situation for the gasoline quality requirements in Pakistan, and it would be interesting to find out what are the criteria, requirements, and we could work with Caspian suppliers from Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan to find out the feasibility of selling gasoline.
Let me remind you, dear guests, let me remind you that after the Zoom conversation will be finished, each of the guest speaker would have a possibility to contact us privately and have the B2B directly online meetings. So
yes, it would be better to have the segmented this businesses with interests similar to what we are doing here in Georgia for port services, transshipments, transits of oil products.
Sure, it's up to you.
Bringing to Georgia and selling out from Georgia. So
great.
I will write our logistics company website for general information. And if any questions or queries you would have, we would be pleased to reply.
Please, please.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And now I wanted to move with Mr. George Tavkhelidze. Let me remind you that he is the owner of one of the successful university here in Georgia. And George, it's the honor to present you. Please, George, could you please tell us a few words about your job, about your university? Because as I know from Pakistan, there will be the huge demand regarding the student education here in Georgia. Please go ahead.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet with you. As Irakli told you, I'm Chancellor of the Grigor Bakidze University, and also I'm owner of the Grigor Bakidze University. This university is one of the oldest university in Georgia, and also it's private university. We are on the market more than 27 years, so our name is and our university is one of the famous. So what I can say about collaboration with your country is this: that we made MD program. It's in English. We make it last year accreditation. Nowadays we have approximately more than 250 international students on the program, and I hope so that you will be interested to make some collaboration with our university and make some exchange programs, and not only in the MD program, we have also in English business administration, which is one of the popular program in Georgia too, and I hope so that in future we can talk about this issue and make some collaboration together. Thank you very much for attention.
I just beg my pardon. So just right now, I want to move to our next guest speaker. She is a very young and intelligent lady, which has the excellent idea and the startup idea. It's the medical tourism startup. Her name is Anna Maisuradze. Anna, please join us and brief us about your project and your idea. Thanks.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for letting me to join you. I represent the idea that will attract more medical tourists to Georgia, because this country is becoming the mainstream medical destination for international medical tourists in this region. People from China, USA, Israel, Sweden, Armenia, Qatar are coming here for more affordable and high quality medical treatments, including cosmetic surgeries, dental services, reproduction system, and many others. And currently we're working on a project that will make it easier for them to find high quality services, make it more affordable, and provide them with better service, even more service than they have currently. Okay,
thank you very much, Anna. And from my side, I want to add that here we have two honorable guests, Mrs. Marina Kordzadze, which is one of the founder of Business National League, and we are proud that she is the member and a founder of our association, and as well Mr. Levan Sharangia, which is the successful businessman. Due to some reason, they could not join us in a verbal way. So before Rizwan, I'll pass conversation to you. I wanted to tell a few words about our president, about Mr. Gocha Pipia. Really thanks, and we really appreciate that he gave us the inspiration and motivation to create the Business National League, and he is the one who is leading us with the best way of the cooperation. So I wanted to pass the pitch to him. Mr. Gocha, please tell us a few words about yourself and as well about our future cooperation with Pakistan. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to meet with your delegation today. It is unfortunate that we are not together today because of the pandemic. The modern world has a universal form of the relationship that makes everyone equal before each other. And this form is called business. At the same time, business is a way of bringing people of different philosophies and religions closer together. Businesses create more common values and more opportunities. That is why our relationship is important in the first place. I want to say that God bless our unity. I believe that our meeting today will be an example of how business is moving closer and business is pushing the borders. So once again, thanks a lot. I'm sure that I'm positive that this relationship will be absolutely successful, and God bless us and good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gocha. And Mr. Rizwan, I come to you, and let me call you the Houston. Houston, now the action is on your side. So, Mr. Rizwan, please present us the member of the Pakistani side. We are ready to listen your guest speakers as well.
Irakli, thank you very much. It's been indeed a massive pleasure, and I really appreciate the value time by all of you for presenting the excellence of Georgia in the business, in education, in tourism, and investment opportunities. This is amazing indeed. And we are all willing, and we are very passionate to explore the opportunities with Georgia. And we are planning to have a delegation coming to Georgia in a few days. We will be planning out, and that would be the next step for our to proceed further with transforming our relation into a real business. We have all the honorable members, all the honorable guests here. So I would request a few of them to please say a few words about the organization, about they already have awareness about Georgia, and with your presentations, it's been crystal clear that Georgia and Pakistan ensure massive opportunities to cooperate with each other and moving long way forward with a mutual success. We have our president of Pakistan chapter, Mr. Imran Afaq. I would request him to just say a few words about the organization and about our future plans, please.
Good evening, all the friends here and back in Georgia. I'm really pleased to welcome everyone for the launch of Pakistan-Georgia Business League, through which we are entering into the new era of our relationship. I'm truly honored to be a part of this great initiative, especially by Rizwan and Irakli. They've done a good job so far. And we will achieve to bring both the nations closer, and most importantly, the businessmen from both the sides will get benefit out of it. That's the main thing.
Thank you very much.
I wish you all the very good luck for this new start. Let's join hands and move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Now we have Mr. Ahmed Shafiq. He's the Senior Vice President. He's a very, very dynamic entrepreneur. Mr. Shafiq, please.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you well.
That's good. Good evening and hi to everyone and all our dear friends and colleagues in Georgia and sitting in Lahore with us all together. First of all, we are very happy to see what is happening, and congratulations to all of you and the team here in Pakistan, Mr. Rizwan and Mr. Rakli. They have done a wonderful job.
Thank you very much.
And what I believe, there are plenty of opportunities in between both the countries in trade, in education, in tourism, in hospitality, a few others, because we are discussing this matter since a few weeks, and we found out that there are opportunities in tourism, because a lot of Pakistanis, they go all around the world, and specifically if you see your neighborly country, Turkey, it attracts a lot of Pakistanis every year and throughout the year. I mean, let's see my example. During a pandemic, as we are talking, I visited Turkey twice for holidays, 10 days each. And most of the cities I was in Turkey. So there was no care of pandemic and COVID, And we were allowed to move in Turkey, and we've been to all cities around the country. And we also been to Egypt during COVID times. Anyway, it's not something to be very brave, but what I'm trying to say that Pakistanis, we love tourism and we go all around the world. The only thing is ease of visa, and there is something to see. That is very important. And I believe Georgia, it has a great potential for tourism, as far as I know, because I'm a student of tourism and I'm teaching and educating people in tourism sector since 20 years in Pakistan and overseas. And I see a lot of education activity as well, that we can have a lot of people going and studying in Georgia, and from Georgia maybe we can attract tourists to Pakistan as well. So it's vice versa. And let's start with our activities, and hopefully next month in March, we'll be visiting Georgia, a group of businessmen from Pakistan, and we will look into the opportunities and the possibilities. And we do have investors We do have a people with real estate, with the pharmaceutical businesses, and specifically medical tourism. I see a lot of people, they go to Turkey for medical tourism. And there is a potential in all aspects. And I'm grateful to see so many sectors represented by Georgian friends and BNL. I hope that we will be working together for the betterment of our people and the business community. And we do have friends sitting here from the Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Lahore and Pakistan. And hopefully we will see you soon. And we'll be working together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Rizwan, I want to add something from my side. It is very much important to understand the mainstream lines about Georgia. You know, we were the country which was counted as the part of the Soviet Union. And once we get our independence in 1991, from that period, our country trying to reach his independent name on an international market. Let me brief you that Georgia as a country history started 3 millennium BC, and our culture and our nation is the unique, and our hospitality is the known as worldwide. So we think so that we are the bridge. We are the cultural bridge in between Asia and Europe, and this is our historical function. So as of now, what BNL is actually doing, and thanks to you as well, is that we should reunite our historical function and renovate our business relation in between Pakistan and Georgia. And it is really honor that me and you and our organizations, we are planning to have a big greetings here in Georgia in March, and we will be more than happy to host your international investors here in Georgia. Thanks a lot once again, and you can continue.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now I would request Mr. Nisar Ahmed. He's the Vice President of our organization structured here in Pakistan. So I would request him to please come up with a few words about the organization and the future plans.
Thank you, everyone. I believe this great platform, Pakistan-Georgia Business National League, is going to be a good opportunity for both countries. Like our friends from different parts of the business community, as Mr. Shafiq told, from chamber to construction and construction to media even, they are going to benefit from each other's. And as we are going through the whole presentation presented by the Georgian friend there, and I would really thank you, Mr. Araki, for putting this all together and giving this opportunity. And it's vice versa, definitely. Georgian businessmen are also going to benefit from Pakistan, and Pakistani community is going to benefit from Georgia. And there is a huge potential from construction to tourism and education to every sector in both countries. And I also would appreciate by the new government coming in Pakistan, frankly speaking, they are putting more effort on easing out business opportunities in Pakistan. So the future of Pakistan is also going to be bright, and it would be more beneficial, not for the local business community, but international coming in. So wish you all the best here in Pakistan, all members, and Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We have more honorable guests with us, and now I would request Mr. Manzoor Malik. He's the former president of Federation of Chambers of Commerce in Pakistan. He has a great insight about the trade relations between Pakistan and the rest of the world, so he could come up with his innovative ideas, and what better that we can move in.
Thank you very much, Rizwan. First of all, I congratulate you and Georgian friends.
Thank you
and your body. It's a great opportunity for us to exchange our potential of working, potential of the ideas, and potential of the tourism. And I'm sure about it that you will be collaborate for the betterment of the both countries, and you will become the model of the other nations. I'm thankful to you again with few words and congratulations again to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We have former Vice President of Lahore Chamber of Commerce with us, Mr. Mia Zahid. So Mia Zahid, sir, please, if you could come up with some few words.
Sitting here and as well as sitting at Georgia. So first of all, I would like to congratulate the organizers, especially Mr. Rizwan, Mr. Nisal, Mr. Imran, Mr. Shafiq, for organizing such a important Pakistan-Georgia Business National League, which will definitely accelerate the relations between two countries, our bilateral trades, our economic ties, and our trade between two countries will definitely be accelerated by this organization. This organization will create the awareness among the business community, and definitely they will be knowing what sort of products are required in your country and what can we import from your country as well. A few moments ago, one of the worthy speaker from Georgia side was letting us know about the development rate in Georgia. That was excellent, and we can follow those measures, and we can also accelerate our trend of development in our country. The present government is providing a lot of opportunities and facilitating for the investors in Pakistan. And this is the right time for people outside Pakistan to invest in our country. And definitely they will be benefited by the new laws and policies which are being specially introduced by this the present regime. And I would like to add here that there are tremendous potential, huge resources, and plenty of talent in our country. If anybody from your side would like to invest our country, we at the platform of Lahore Chamber of Commerce will facilitate that person, and definitely he'll be benefited by his investment in our country. Besides that, I would like to suggest that it was just mentioned by Mr. Rizwan that we must exchange business delegations between two countries. And since there is a COVID and that might not be possible in near future, there is a possibility of being having a catalog show of your manufacturers in Pakistan, and similarly vice versa from our country. There could be a catalog show of our manufacturer in your country. If you need this sort of arrangement, we can help and we can arrange such sort of catalog show at Lahore Chamber of Commerce as well. So I wish you a great success by organizing this league. Inshallah, that will be very much helpful by the business community of the both countries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you very much. Mr. Rizwan, I want to add from my side that first of all, mashallah that we are today together, and inshallah we will have a great job together, my dear brothers. From my side, I want to add that we are preparing the special investment platform and the database about Georgian manufacturers and entrepreneurs, and for sure it will be the dual system, and the Georgians also will be willing to have a job in Pakistan, especially the Georgian agricultural sector will be presented there in Pakistan, because there is a lot of excellent product which need to be imported from Georgia, and at the same time the products that we are going to receive and deliver from Pakistan. So thanks once again for interesting.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can continue.
Yes, we have another Vice President of Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Faisal Sheikh, with us. He has the honor to be the youngest Vice President of Lahore Chamber of Commerce. He's still a teenager, by the way. So he's going to present his idea about collaborating between Pakistan and Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Rizwan. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you, Mr. Rizwan, Mr. Imran, and Mr. Nisar, Mr. M. Shafiq Sab, and Mr. Shiraz Sab for organizing this virtual meeting and for developing this Pakistan-Georgia Business National League in Pakistan. Of course, that'd be beneficial for both the business community from Pakistan as well as from Georgia. As Mr. Rizwan introduced me, that I'm one of the former vice president of the Lahore Chamber of Commerce Industry. As far as my business is concerned, I'm into imports and distribution of tires and chemicals. I distribute all over Pakistan. I represent different brands in Pakistan. One of my companies is into exports and manufacturing of denims. So if there is any opportunity for textiles from Pakistan, if anyone wants, you're more than welcome to contact me. Plus, one of your members mentioned about oil business from, your member mentioned that he arranges oil from Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan.
Yes,
my company.
Yes,
my company would be very much interested in having a contact with the refineries directly, if you can help us in that. Thank you very much. I'll give my contact to Mr. Rizwan. You can have it. Thank you so much.
Thank you
congratulations
very much.
once again.
Thank you very much.
Now I would request another gentleman. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Auto Oil Company in Pakistan. They're very progressive company. They are expanding like anything in Pakistan, having a rapid network of gas stations, and they are very interested to explore the opportunity. So now I would request Mr. Tariq to please speak about his idea and the way to move ahead, please.
Organization and all the league, and especially my Georgian friends and entrepreneurs. We as entrepreneurs in Pakistan, we are very excited to see the Georgian friends and your interest in Pakistan for exchange of business, commodity, and like human resource, students. It's a 220 million population. And you can have a business in Pakistan, and we can have business in Pakistan. There are many entrepreneurs who are interested in Georgia. And as far as I am concerned, I am from the oil and gas sector, downstream sector. We are very much interested to develop our gas station in Georgia. I don't know what are the rules and regulations and what is the business proposition there. Like my brother said about the refineries sourcing, if you have refineries, I don't know your country is importing or exporting country. If you are exporting, then we can buy. If you are importing, then we can sell. We can make many opportunities to have a bilateral business, and we can improve our bilateral business numbers very soon. I hope Mr. Rizwan is organizing a delegation. I will be the part of that delegation and explore the opportunities in between both countries. Thank you so much. For oil and gas sector, you need any information or any business, I am open for any opportunity. Thank you so much for inviting us for the league. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Irakli, would you like to respond about the oil, a little more about the background and the way to move further by penetrating into Georgian market? So could you please like to respond to Mr. Tariq a little bit?
From my side, I want to ask Mr. Andrei Gogitidze to answer that question, because he's the one which is the competitive in this field. But also me myself, I can guide you a little bit. The Georgia is the country of the natural resources as well, and every year our market demand is growing high, and at least 2% of demand is the increasing number per year. So what I can tell you from my side is that me myself as the vice president of the BNL, I will arrange all the necessary activity and the network for successful business, presented speakers from your side and the interested persons from Georgian side. That's why we are existing here, and that is our function and the role as well.
Great, great. So we could move forward with sharing more and more information about the portfolio of the company from Pakistan and the policies and market entry strategies from your side.
Sure.
So let's move it further.
Sure.
So we'll be in contact and we'll move further with the more opportunities.
Okay.
Now we have Mr. Muzian Malik. He's the youngest Chamber of Commerce president in Sheikhupura. Is a small town, an outskirt from Pakistan, producing huge agri products like rice and the fruits. So I would request him to please make few words about the organization, and he's very dynamic and passionate to explore more opportunities there.
Hello, good evening to everyone in this room, and it's good to see that the basis and the foundation has been laid for good businessmen from Georgia to communicate with Pakistan. And my company is basically related in chemical sector, and we also deal in manufacturing of packaging in Pakistan, and we also deal with the indentation of the products like aluminum sulfate. We deal in manufacturing sector of our chemical unit. So it's a good initiative by Mr. Rizwan and Sir Imran, also being the president of Georgia and Pakistan National League. So it's a good startup, and let's see how we can move forward and progress for the growth of both nations and create more employment and opportunities for everyone. Thank you.
Great. Irakli, we could make few session about moving further with some of the questions. We have a small Q&A session. Let me start from myself. I'm an aviation and hospitality professional. I've been into industry for more than 15 years now. And as Mr. Shafiq has huge experience on his credit, more than 25 years into industry in hospitality and tourism industry, we foresee that Pakistan being one of the largest countries, the 5th largest country in the world with more than 200 million population, out of which more than 64% belong to below 30. So there are lots of opportunities for the tourism because this market has been growing over the last few years very constantly. The only thing that we want to address from this platform is to ease down the process of visa. Right now, we have an issue that the people who could have the valid visa of Europe and US can access to Georgia without obtaining visa. But a large amount of the people, for example, we plan to promote the cultural and sports tourism out of Pakistan, university and colleges, youth connect program. So these people don't have that. So this is what we would like to address, and we would like your expertise to take it forward to the authorities to help us to solve this issue, so we can move forward with this process, please.
Yeah. So Mr. Igor will start a conversation about this issue. No, and sorry, I will ask Mr. Georgi Bripadze to join us on this matter. Mr. George, could you please make a comment for this?
Actually, I was checking now the statistics regarding the Pakistani visitors coming to Georgia. So in 2019, we have we had more than 8,000 visitors. Of course, if you compare with the total population, this number is nothing, and it has a huge potential. And there were some cases, problematic cases concerning the visa, and as I know, this is one of the main issues to be solved in coming years, as more markets will be opened for Georgia, and I'm sure Pakistan will be one of the main markets that will be discussed to open more opportunities for easing the visa, and I will discuss this for sure with the new head, which will be soon appointed, and with the foreign affairs representatives to find out the way to have more access to Georgian tourist products from the Pakistani visitors.
So is that a possibility to Pakistan in a list of having the access through e-visa?
As I said, it should still need to be discussed with the foreign affairs, and I'm sure the answer will be positive. But let's check.
Great.
Let's negotiate.
Great. Or we could have some kind of procedure set up in Pakistan, like visa drop box, or accessing the visa through different authorized members who could just obtain approval by sending the passport copies and get visa to be stamped on arrival, or either it through DHL from Iran in the closest embassy. So will that be a possibility as well?
We can also discuss this possibility. So I think that separate meetings could be planned for these purposes. As I mentioned, we are now in the process of reallocating our target markets and also rethinking our visa policy. So I think that some changes might be possible toward this way. So this for sure should be discussed with the foreign affairs. As for the tourism, we always lobby the open borders. We always lobby the more visitors to Georgia, and if it was only on us, we would not have any visas at all. So but this should be negotiated with the foreign affairs, and I'm sure that something can be done toward this direction.
Rizwan, from my side, I want to add that the Business National League and all our outer members, we're gonna to make the special sentence and the special offer to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I do believe, and I'm almost pretty sure, that the state bodies will accept our willing and the motivation that we wanted to receive the intelligence number of the travelers from Pakistan. So I don't think so that it's gonna be the big issue, be honest. So I want to pass the word to Mr. Rigab Tsiauri. He wants to say the few words about this matter as well. Thanks.
Great, great. And
Yes.
now I want to move towards aviation side. You guys there?
Yes, I'm here.
Normally it's very hard to catch you. You're always busy.
Well,
Yeah.
not for the last year, but there's no flight.
yeah, exactly. You must have heard that recently PIA, Pakistan International Airline, has announced a direct flight to Azerbaijan, to Baku. So there is a very significant increase in numbers over the last couple of years for the Baku, just to easing down their visa, because you can get it within 24 hours as an e-visa. And we have been also discussing on to build Georgia both as a tourist and a transit market as well, because there is a volume market, and we have more than 9 million, more than 3 times to your total population, who are the overseas Pakistanis residing in various parts of Europe, US, and other countries. So the opportunities belongs to both inbound and outbound traffic from Pakistan. So there are possibilities that if we could start up some strategically important VFR or the tourist markets in Europe and Middle East through Georgia, there are lots of numbers, not only for tourists, but also the transit one also. So let's work on it, and we'll move with more insights and the more feasibility reports on it.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, Rizwan, for doing this. I know we have talked a lot about this before, and we have to start. So you're absolutely right. PA started flights to Baku, and we have to basically, this is exactly the issues that the BNL will be working on. So I think if you can assist us so that we can talk to Pakistan Airlines. And I think when we talk about visa, to ease the visa regulations, aviation has to be one of the main drivers, because there were a lot of times before that we also had some issues with some certain visa regulations within some markets. But once the airlines expressed their will to start operations, then a lot of different departments, different people that are involved, we found together jointly, for example, a lot of different ways how to ease the regulations and how to make these procedures much easier. For example, if Georgian Airways or Pakistan Airlines, if we will be able to talk to them and to get their intentions to start direct operations, then of course we can talk about with the government, with the foreign affairs and the customs, so to basically regulate with the passenger lists. There are some airlines that send passenger lists 2-3 days before their arrival, so everything is already approved, everything is cleared. And once the tourists and all the passengers already come to Georgia, the customs, they don't have any more issues, because the passenger lists are shared maybe 48 or even more, 72 hours before their arrival. And once we set up a GSA of the airlines here, which is basically the general sales agents and representatives, we can also get the visa rights to issue for the tourists for the flights. And basically we will coordinate together with the customs, and if we receive the lists prior to the arrival of the tourists, of course this process will be much easier. So there is a lot of things to talk. We do have a bilateral, we don't have a bilateral air service agreement, but what I remember from top of my head, we have an MOU signed even back in the 90s, which basically allows flights without any restrictions in number of destinations, frequency, and airlines. So based on that MOU, of course, we can already move ahead. And I will also advise our civil aviation agency to already start talks in order to sign the bilateral air service agreement, which again will be very much useful for us. But the MOU is already in place, and we can already start talks based on that MOU. And of course, I mean, tourist potential is huge, even for Georgian tourists coming to Pakistan and for Pakistan tourists coming here, because that Georgia is a four season destinations, right? We even have times in August where you can come, you can ski in the mountains, and then in 2 hours you can have a heli flight and swim in the Black Sea all in one day. And also we have basically, your colleagues, partners mentioned Turkey, and we have, no offense to Turkey, but we have much more attractions and much more things that you can do here, including cultural things, including amazing food and historical places. So this is not only to lay on the beach, basically in one territory for 7 days, which basically after 2 or 3 days you are already you want to try something else besides of just staying on the beach. So Georgia gives you a perfect combination of all kind of different cultural and touristic attractions. Also, medical tourism that we talked about, which is now even more actual during this COVID situation. And we have MICE tourism, which is also pretty much was developing before the pandemic, and I'm pretty much sure it will be even developed further now. So, and of course, we can not only talk about Georgia, but we can also have to talk about combined tours. When a tourist from Pakistan can spend a week in Georgia, maybe a couple of days in Armenia, Azerbaijan, of course, CIS and Europe, which is, I know, very much demanding for Pakistan tourists when they combine, different countries. So this is something that we have to push. And once we get the airlines commitment, any airline in Pakistan or any airline in Georgia, once we get their commitment, then we can push this visa issue as well.
Just a word, what you should to add to your great speech, I want to say, welcome to Georgia, that's it. So
yes,
we have 4 seasons. Sometimes we think we have more seasons than 4 seasons. So what I want to say, may I say 2 words after your English, my English, that just very like baby's English, but it's okay. So I'm really sorry about my level of English. Really, behind of you, Mr. Rizwan, I saw the words, just a new era of the relationship. As I understand these words, and I saw so many flags of Georgia in your office. I apologize really on behalf of BNL that we don't have your flags here, but for the next time, we promised that we'll do our best to organize better than today. This connection, that kind of attention to that kind of things, I want to say. We appreciate it highly. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gocha. Yeah, by the way,
thank you very much. We could move forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, we are under.
Yes, Irakli, please.
By the way, we are still under COVID restriction. That is prohibited to collect people together or make some kind of conference or stuff like this. Because of this, we are organizing everything from the private spaces. And I do believe that at the end of this month, everything will be fully open and we will have a chance to operate widely and fully as well. Okay, we can continue.
We have a team for you available. Can you hear?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Rizwan, come again, please, because the network was losing.
I think it was. I just wanted to offer you a tea and coffee at our place. I think we have a problem with. Yeah.
Okay, I think so Elon Musk can organize for us the distance coffee break, because he's the one who is doing the crazy things in the modern world.
Camera किधर है यार, ये दिखाएं जरा.
दिखाएं ये क्या हो रहा है यहाँ.
This is what we. You must have seen that the refreshment part is started, and by the way, it's been an amazing event, and I really appreciate your valued time and bringing all the gentlemen, all the very passionate entrepreneurs and the successful portfolios on in one event. And from here on, we are moving towards a practicality of transforming our relation, our discussion into a commercial world. So let's move forward with catching up with the feedback in a day or two and the brief of the event and the ways to move forward. We are.
What I will do from my side is that tomorrow we are going to prepare special mailing system and members choose presenting today from Georgia's side and more who cannot join us, and as well from your side. Thank you once again for an amazing event, and it is a really new era in our relationship.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.
And I want to say a few words in Georgian as well. მოგმართავთ თქვენ, მადლობას მოგახსენებთ უპირველეს ყოვლისა იმისათვის ესწრებოდეთ ჩვენს ღონისძიებას. ეს არის ბიზნესის ეროვნული ლიგის პირველი საერთაშორისო ოპერაციის მაგალითი და დიდი იმედი რომ კერძო და სახელმწიფო სექტორები, რომლებიც დღეს ხართ წარმოდგენილი დღეს Zoom-ში, ვიქნებით ერთად პროექტში და დავეხმარებით იხეილანამ და ასევე თქვენ ინდივიდუალურად
მადლობა კიდევ ერთხელ ყველას. Thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Rizwan. I think we should apply to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that as soon as they can to open the embassy in Pakistan. And what I want to say that see you very soon in Georgia. Welcome, 7th season Georgia, and we'll be always glad to see you and your friends and your colleagues in our country. Thank you
very much.
Thank you very much, and waiting you in Georgia with your delegation.
Yes, very soon. Take good care of you and all the very best. Thank you
very much.
Exactly, this is a new era for that kind of relationship. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wish all lots of success.
Thank you very much.
This year and in all the coming years. დიდი მადლობა ყველას.
მადლობა ყველას. არაწოდებლად.
დიდი მადლობა ყველას.
Thank you very much, Rizwan. Thank you.
მადლობა ყველას საგიკავშირო და ცალ-ცალკე და გავლილი.